Hey, sweet friends. I'm Amy Lay, the Invincibility Coach. You can follow me here on YouTube. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn. Amy Lay, the Invincibility Coach. Thanks for joining me. So, my mission is to get the planet in a better mood, as you may or may not know, depending on how long you've followed me. So, one of the ways that I want to do that is I want to chat today about this little phrase that we've been hearing lately in regard to lockdown and quarantine and distancing and all that, about being alone together, alone, right? So, I don't think it's just a little fancy catchphrase. I don't think it is, really. And what I mean by that is I think that we can look deeper into that phrase. Now, yes, you may have noticed that when you go out into the world, if you do at all, even if it's just a little bit, you may notice that some people are kind of on board with this new way to be, wearing the mask, and some people are not wearing it, right? That to me is just a big, very social example of diversity, really. Diversity of thought. There are some folks that aren't playing along. They're not really buying in. And then there's other people that are totally on board. And then there's all of the talking points that surround all of that. I'm not talking about that today, but I know you've noticed it. And I know that kind of feeds into this whole alone together, together alone thing. Okay? Because no matter what, we really are in this. And when I say this, I mean we're on the planet. I'm not talking about some specific thing here. We are in this, on this, together. But we're also alone, each one of us. Because we are born alone, even if you're a twin, even if you're what's known as an astral twin, which means I was born in the same hospital as this other person at the exact same moment, right? Even for those people, you're still born alone. And if you're an actual, like a twin from the same mother, somebody's got to go first. Okay? And yes, you're together, but you still did it alone. Okay? Now fast forward until, the day that you stop breathing and that you die. You will die alone too. I'm not trying to be morbid here. This is the truth. You can't take anybody with you. Even if there were some mass die-off, which people define that in all sorts of ways, right? Yes, you may be with those other people in the going, but you must experience this strange, mysterious beyond alone, okay? So what I want to concentrate in, I just want to bookend this because that's really what I'm talking about right now for together alone, alone together, okay? Is that I want to concentrate on the middle part, the living part, okay? How do we live alone, together, alone? Here's how. And so you got to stick with me on this, right? Because I'm going to get just a little bit deep. I believe that a lot of the reason that most people walking around on the planet right now are bummed out, which is why I want to get everybody in a better mood. I believe that the origin of what gets people bummed out is this feeling that is instilled in many of us, most of us, at a young age, that we need to do what we do, anything we do, say what we say, anything we say, in order to get a desired response out of somebody else. We want a parent to approve of us. We want a friend to approve of us. We want somebody that we don't know to approve of us in some way, right? Now, some people will say, I don't care what anybody thinks about me. Well, that just means that you have been bummed out longer than other people. But there is still that thing inside of you. You don't have to admit it. You don't have to do jack, remember? But we want people to approve of us because we're social creatures. And if we run in and we don't pay attention to anybody else, and we don't seek to be together because we're bummed out because we really are alone, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to improve. You're not going to grow. It's just not going to happen, right? The trouble with most people, though, that's a small percentage, that type of person, but they exist. The larger percentage, the mainstream population that's kind of bummed out most of the time, lives between trying to please themselves and trying to please this other, whether it's a parent or a friend or a sweetheart or a boss or an organization, anything external to themselves. They're like in this weird, like in-between space because they're not entirely satisfying themselves, nor are they entirely satisfying this external, because that isn't possible. Because you know why? Because of diversity. Diversity is the most beautiful thing, and diversity of thought is part of diversity. The reason you will never be able to please all the people all the time, or dare I say even some of the people some of the time, the reason that's difficult is because everybody else thinks differently than you. And if I were somebody else, everybody else thinks different than that person too. That's a beautiful thing, you guys. That's alone together. You feel it? We're getting a little bit deep here. You're like, okay, you're starting to lose me. No. Come back. All you have to do is think about you. It is not selfish. It is not selfish. It's beautiful. It's you, because you are alone in this together, in this togetherness. You are alone. So I say, if you were to imagine all of these tethers, these connections, these strings, these attachments that you have to these other people, your family, your friends, your sweetheart, your boss, right? You're connected to the need to get approval from these people. If you let that go, begin to go through the process of letting that go and just do what pleases you, it absolutely is not selfish. Here's why. Because with every action or word or deed or focus that improves you, your self-confidence, your self-knowledge, your self-approval, right? The safety, the security, the protection that we all want and need will begin being provided by ourselves. And then we will realize that we really don't need to get this from other people. We don't need to need these approvals from other people. What we need is to approve of ourselves. I know it still sounds selfish. I know what you're thinking. Okay? But it's not. Because every bit of improvement that you do to yourself with love, okay? With love, all of it. Love yourself. Find infinite ways to love yourself. Because here's the guarantee. We're together in this. No matter what. Even if we were all able to go to Mars right now, which I'm going to be stoked when we're able to do that, we're still going to be together in that too. If we were all suddenly on Mars or en route between here and Mars, like there is an inherent togetherness in all of that. You're not going to stop being around people. I mean, unless you lock yourself in your house, which some people are doing forever, and like they're literally not even communicating with other people, right? That's your choice. Again, though, what I'm saying is that the more you concentrate here on you, lift yourself up, safety, security, protection, put all of that love in you, then no matter what you say, no matter what you do, any action, right? is going to have love in it. It's gonna have love, and because you're not gonna be worried about the approvals that you heretofore were wanting to get from other people. You're getting it from yourself. So no, you're not like an island now, and you're not going to be all by yourself. The deal is that you're going to be attracting other people that are whole also, right? You're going to be like, yeah, I don't really need your approval. I'm doing great. You want to go grab a coffee and do something fun? Not go talk about our problems, not, all these things, because you work on yourself, right? I feel safe and secure and protected. So, hey, do you want to go hang out and maybe do something a little bit risky? Because I feel safe. I don't need you to protect me. I can protect me. These are lofty ideas to some. But I'm telling you, you're already expending a tremendous amount of energy on seeking the approval and the love and the safety and the protection of other people. So I'm not asking you to actually expend any more energy. All I want you to do is divert it back to yourself so that you can fill up your cup. You fill up your cup. Walk around with an overflowing cup. Can you imagine if everybody was walking around with an overflowing cup and we were just having fun and enjoying life because we didn't need to seek these approvals from other people? Wow. Wow. The planet would be in a better mood. Sweet. I love you guys to pieces. Peace out.